Excuse me. Okay, all folks coming in. Good morning. I'm watching as people's audio connects. Good morning. My name is Judge Person, and I'm actually going to pause for a moment, waiting for all the, as many as I can see, connections. Sometimes it takes just a bit. And we have quite a number of people today. So good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning, and I do want to thank everyone ahead of time for their time. If you are able to engage your video, not the audio, I'm going to keep folks on mute just simply for the fact that we get too much noise, background noise, that gets picked up by all the microphones. And so it makes it really difficult for everyone to understand. I'm going to walk everyone through the process today. I'm the judge of the court. Thank you for being here. This is the Temple Municipal Court. And even though we are online, you are in court. So we do expect, just behavior mannerisms to stay. Just be mindful of how things are working on your technology. And I've got one more person. I also need to identify folks. If you don't know it, I see your name that is identified with the account that you're using. And if that is not your name, I'm going to be trying to figure out who's who. That takes time, and we can save some court time and your time. If you're able to go up to your corner, you can go to your corner of your page. And when you highlight your page, your image, there's a couple of, actually 3 dots in the corner. And if you click on that, it'll let you give your full name there. And that would help a lot. That would save time. But if not, I'll go ahead and make that request. If it's the name that your case is under, then you just leave it alone. And I'm actually going to quiz people in a moment. If you're not sure, well, then I will ask you. And so I also want to introduce Ms. Warren is here today. She is the city's prosecutor. That means thank you, Ms. Warren, for waiving. That means that she represents the state of Texas in the cases that are before the court. And for those on what we call the pretrial docket, the not guilty docket, she will actually meet with you in a separate breakout room that I will create in a moment. And I will send folks one by one to that room. And that'll allow you to have a pretrial without having to come to the court. And so that'll just make it so that you can have that pretrial without having to take off. So I do want to welcome everybody to court. And again, there are just a few last minute people. And I also want to give people what I like to call the 101 for the municipal court. This is a Class C court. That means the cases that are filed here are fine-only offenses. People can get warrants for failing to come to court. Being on this meeting and completing this meeting is an attendance of court. So we try to make it as simple as we can. Trampus Smith, you have your hand up. I'm going to wait just a moment and that if I get you. I don't know if you intended to do that, but I'll be back with you shortly. And so what I will tell you is that if you are here and you have not yet appeared, I'm going to be asking your plea. And a plea is really an answer, okay? So when you're given that ticket, if you're given a citation, a ticket, sometimes pretty often by the side of the road, that's really an accusation. A ticket is an accusation. And I want to see, put your hand up if you're not hearing me. I just want to make sure we can confirm sound. Of course, you wouldn't hear me. Are folks here, are y'all hearing me? Nods, shakes, okay. Maybe put your hand up if that turns into a problem, if you're not hearing me. And I actually want to ask Trampus Smith, now I've lost track of you, where'd you go? There you are. Are you hearing, or sorry, you hearing me enough to answer? And it looks like he went out of the meeting. Letty Dunbar coming in. Dunbar. So I do have a few people that I want to identify. And I also want to talk to you about those pleas. So the plea option for pleading, remember that is your response or your answer to that ticket. That's your way of letting me know where you're trying to take your case. And I think it would be really helpful for most of us if you know the options, okay? So first of all, there are 3 options for pleading. guilty, not guilty, and no contest. And what I want to do now is tell you the direction that each of those pleas will take you when you enter that plea. So if you plead guilty, you're admitting the offense. You're saying, I did this. If you plead not guilty, you're not innocence plea. It's not an innocence plea. You're just saying, I want the state to prove my case. Okay. If you enter guilty or no contest, and no contest is the third option, that's just saying, hey, I'm not contesting this. I'm not admitting or denying. I'm just not contesting. So if you plead guilty or no contest, I'm going to move right into sentencing. If you plead not guilty, I'm going to move the case onto the pretrial docket. And there'll be two meetings. One will be the pretrial docket online. That's meeting today. The second meeting is here live in the court for all cases still pending after this meeting. Okay. So if we don't have everything at the end of this day, that's our backup. Those cases are heading to trial. Okay. And some cases need trial, and that's all just fine. Okay. Because we all have the right to have a trial. So if you're pleading no contest or guilty, I'm going to move you forward. I have a mandatory pretrial online and then live. Okay. Now, the mandatory pretrial, that's about to start. Before I start that, I just want to let you know the direction of the plea, guilty or no contest, because that lets you know the options you have. And as with all cases, if you plead guilty or no contest, you can have a 30-day, you can pay it all today or have up to 30 days with no additional fees. And if you have a case that needs more than 30 days, we do extended payment plans, but there's one additional fee that gets charged one time for that. So I always ask, do you need more than 30 days? Okay. A next thing you might wonder, and people ask this question a lot, can I still get this off my record? Okay. So until I enter a conviction, the case isn't on your record. Once I enter a conviction, the case goes on to the record. And these are Class C offenses. They're not, jail time offenses. That doesn't mean they're not serious for you. And we do take everything seriously and we work with you. And I understand questions and concerns about all of that. But what I want to tell you is, there are still 4 ways to keep the item off your record when you plead guilty or no contest. I'm going to list them, then I'm going to tell you how they work. Okay. So convictions can be avoided if you have a compliance dismissal and you comply. I'll explain that in a moment. If you have a moving violation and you do a driver safety course option, if you do what is called a deferred disposition, or if you complete teen court. So backing up, okay, compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. You must be on time to court. You cannot have missed a court date, and you must be in compliance. Sometimes I can give you some time to do that. I will work with you if you are on a baseline already eligible. If you need to get some information, for example, I do understand that people might have not realized they could take those options, okay? So if you otherwise qualify, but you need more time to finish, I can give you more time. I will need a signature. I will need a way to move your case forward today, either by signature or by payment in full. So if we're not able to do that, we've got to work out the best way to get information back. Like, are we emailing? Are we a continuance? Or are we emailing your final paperwork? And then you've got to be able to get it back to us or come over. So I'll be talking to people about those things. Compliance is something that I look for first because it's usually the easiest and the least expensive. And I do make the assumption that most of us want to save money if we can. And if we can address our record too, we would want to do that. So just be aware, I'll be looking for those options. The second option is if you qualify and fully complete a driver safety course option, you can get your ticket dismissed. That's for moving violations only. We can't do it for CDL holders. And I can't fudge that and pretend that I don't know, or even if I miss that you are a CDL holder, that's going to get kicked back. So CDL holders can't do that one. It's the law. But for a moving violation, you can have a case dismissed if you complete your course and get your driving record turned in on time. Let me just give you some background real quickly. when you look at a number, like let's say you have a speeding charge and the costs and fines are, $215. Okay, so that's a lot of money, but it represents two types of monies, if you will. One is a state fee, the other is a local fine. Okay, the state fee is determined by the Texas legislature, not by the judge. Okay, so I can't change those. The fines are by the judge. That would be me. Okay. When I give you a number, it's the whole number, but it represents those two things put together. And why that's important is that if you have a ticket, what happens is that you have a court cost and a fine. And if you're doing the driver safety course option, you pay the court cost, the fine will go on hold. And if you complete the course and the record, then I will dismiss the ticket and waive the balance on that fine. So it does save you money. You are paying for a class, you're paying for a record, but nevertheless, it's still less expensive than the ticket. And that is by design because the state law is really clear. We want to encourage people to learn as much as possible from any experience like this one, such that we don't see them anymore in court. And that would be really good because the more we see you in court on especially moving violations, the higher risk you are for injury. That correlation is not even debatable at this point. We really know that, and Texas is number one. And now that we're having even more people are moving to Texas, and that's great, except that our numbers are going up even more. We're still the number one state in America to get injured or killed. And if you are 25 and under, you're in the top group, right? And that leads us to our fourth option. Sorry, I'll get to the fourth option in a moment. That leads to teen court if you're a high school student, okay? So I'll get to that. My third method for giving you some sort of dismissal would be what is called a deferred disposition. And we sometimes just call that a deferred. A deferred disposition is exactly what it says. Deferred means delay. Disposition means to make final. It's a court order where I delay finishing your case and finding you guilty and entering that conviction. I defer finding you guilty. I put the case on hold. We put an order written in place for you to know what to expect. It will list all the things you need to do to gain a dismissal. We don't hide that, okay? I need a signature on it when we enter it, which would be today if we're doing that. And if you follow your court order and do everything in it, you get a dismissal. We'll have to work out the fines and costs and how those are going to get paid. I will have to decide if I'm imposing a class, a record, or some sort of paperwork from you. And then you'll be on good behavior. You will have to not get any more tickets, of course, and keep your address current. Come to court if you have court dates, okay? Complete your case and gain a dismissal. Here's the number one trick, okay? And I know, it's pretty common, back before I became a lawyer, I had this thought too, like, what's the thing you do? Like, how do you go to court and what's the thing you're supposed to say? And what is the magic language to make this easier? We all want to know that. And that's why I'm doing this right now. But the other reason I'm doing it is a deferred disposition is something that you have to specifically request from either the judge or the prosecutor in a Class C court. In a Class B court, in a felony court, you must ask the prosecutor first. In this court, you can ask either the prosecutor or the judge. You're allowed to do that. That's not my rule, that's state law. So what does that look like? What are the magic words? Guilty or no contest, judge, but I'd like a deferred. That's it. It's actually really simple, okay? So we want you armed with that information because I am supposed to assume that you knew that when you got here today. You might not have. And I'm also supposed to assume that if you do not make that request, you do not want a deferred disposition. So you do have to use the magic language, but I'm telling you what it is. It's no secret, okay? Guilty, no contest, deferred, please. Okay, it's that simple. So that's the third option. The fourth is teen court. That is for middle school and high school students. You must be enrolled in some kind of accredited process for getting a diploma. Okay, so that's the 101. Okay, those are the four things I have. Sometimes the prosecutor makes dismissal motions. I can't hold her to any kind of thought there. That is her discretion, and it's not a common thing, okay? So really the four ways to gain a dismissal in a Class C court are the four I just gave you. If you're my friend, I don't have a secret option. In fact, I have to get a different judge. Okay. So there's not really like a back way to sort this out and have a different outcome. Everyone here now has the same information. And that way it's all above board. And, I'm going to be straight with you. And what I do expect, though, is that you honor the words that you give me today and that we get things in place so that we don't have you have a warrant. If you already have a warrant and you're here today, I'm happy to work with you because you are here, okay? But what I will tell everyone is if you miss a court date, you're subject to warrant. It is actually the last thing I want to do. I don't mind. It's my job. I'll do it. But I'd rather if something that you agree to today becomes a thing you cannot do, you need to contact the court. A clerk can help you either get back on track or set you with a meeting with me in case, if that's needed. We can meet online. You can drop a letter. You can email. Okay, you can send a fax, but you're in charge of making sure we receive the communication. If you send a letter and I don't receive it, you're not going to get a response except a warrant, right? So check and make sure if you're using those methods to contact us, check on it, call and say, hey, did that come in? What's the status? We'll work with you, okay? If we don't hear from you, well, just think about it. How do you work with a chair that's empty? Just can't do it, okay? So I will do my very level best to be fair and to work with everyone, but I need you to honor the fact that there is a duty to be here and all of our rights. We have lots of rights, right? And we all talk about them and we have those for sure. But rights are associated with duties. For example, I'll give this my last talking point, but I'll give this one. When you're pulled over, don't you have the right to not be unreasonably searched and seized, have your person and your things seized, right? It's pretty rare that we take a person to jail from a roadside stop. It's unusual. Certain criteria must be met. Those are constitutional. But you sign the ticket and say you'll appear because that's reasonable too. Let the person go on their own recognizance with a date to come to court, So that's kind of how that works. Every right has a duty, okay? And we're all here, and even if you're not a U.S. citizen, you still have those rights, but you still have those duties, okay? So you can expect me in our court to honor it, but I need you to honor, what you do, okay? So that's really, I just put it all out there. I'm going to start the pretrial room, and then I'm going to see who I still can't identify and try to figure out who those folks are. And so if you're in the pretrial, and right now I have Sophia Kayani going into that pretrial with Ms. Warren first as the first person. When you were logging in, I was watching who logged in when, and I put people in order so that you don't lose your place. Okay, so that when you have that invite sent to you, just remember when the pretrial is done, you're coming back in to this room. And I believe that's been sent. Yes. And Ms. Kayani is in the breakout room. Ms. Warren is heading that way. There we go. So, Ms. Warren, are you hearing me? I think something might be going on with her technology. Ms. Warren? Sorry. I'm not sure if you see the invite, and I'm hoping you're not having technological things.
Oh, okay. No, I see it.
There it is. Okay, very good. Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just real quickly, I have, let's see, let me go through these. I've identified most people. I see someone, young lady with longish hair, Galaxy 2 S1 plus 5G. I'm going to ask you just to unmute and give me your name, please.
Christina Sanchez.
Hi, Ms. Sanchez. Welcome to Temple Municipal Court. Let me go ahead and rename you so that I don't lose track of you, okay? And that way I can not lose track of you and your case. And then the next person I have not been able to identify is REVVL4, Revel 4. Could you please, sir, unmute for a moment and tell me your name? And I'm even asking, could you unmute? I'm not.
Yes, Darion Harvey.
Hi, Mr. Harvey. Okay, let's see, where did you go? Things always, it's a funny thing, this technology. It moves around. People's images just move all around. I've not seen a rhyme or reason to it. Let's see, where are you again? Well, I'll just make a note of it. When I find you, I will. Harvey. Very good. That will work for me. I had you checked in, Mr. Harvey. But you're Revel 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And then the next person I have was a little unsure about, and I'll get to the phones in a moment. Let's see. William, I think I identified you, William Raines. Is that right? Is what? Okay, great. Okay, very good. Dalton Lane, I've got you for which case? But what's the name? Heathman. So that I have figured out. And then I am looking for phone numbers. Oh, Justin's iPhone. Justin, are you Justin Kenner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you. Saw your name on the docket earlier. Phone numbers present interesting problems. So beginning with 254 number, ending in 186, asking you to unmute and let me know your name. Phone number ending in 816. Okay, if you can't, it's always a problem because I don't know if you're hearing me and just not queuing in. Phone number ending in 779. Phone number ending in 779. Could you unmute and tell me your name? Phone number ending in 024. Phone number.
Hello,
Hi, 779. What's your name?
Brian. Hold on, Brian Cox.
Is that with a C? Oh,
Kaat.
okay, got it. I should be able to remember that one. A name I know. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Mr. Cox. And then phone number ending in 027. Phone number ending in 186. Phone number ending in 294. Okay. Well, we'll see how it works out. Hopefully we'll get there before too long. Ms. Warren, you were visiting with Ms. Kayani. Do we have any kind of resolution or are we heading to trial?
We are headed to trial, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Kayani, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. So Ms. Kayani, we will see you September 8th at 3 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
And just real quickly, her other case, is that pending? I mean, where are we with that? Okay, it's working out. Very good. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you, Ms. Kayani. We'll see you in September.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're free to go. Okay, and Ms. Warren, that means that your next person is actually Darian Harvey. And Darian Harvey, where are you?
Yes, I'm here, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, there you are, sir. So when you're finished speaking and listening to Ms. Warren, then you'll come back into this meeting. I'll have some final remarks for you, okay?
All right, thank you.
And now you'll get an invitation to use. Click on it. That's how you click back. Okay. And I am moving forward then. Oh, let me just call people who I haven't identified. maybe that'll wrestle some things up with folks on the phone. Let's see. I see one person. There we go. Marie Fika, are you here? Marie Fika? Another person I appear to be missing is Patrick Lucero, but I saw you come in. There you are. Okay, I've got you down, Mr. Lucero. No problem there. I remember you coming into the meeting. Wesley Noble, not seeing Wesley Noble. Wesley Noble, if you're here, speak up. Asia Perkins, am I missing you? Asia Perkins, speak up.
Hi, I'm not sure if you can hear me. It's Marie.
Yes. Okay. Are you
Okay.
Asia?
I
You're
I
Asia.
could hear you the whole time, but you couldn't hear me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've got to
I had
unmute
to
and then
call in.
right. Okay, so you're Miss Perkins.
Yeah, Marie Fika.
Oh, Fika. Okay,
Fika, yeah. Sorry about that.
it's all right. We're used to the technology, and folks probably aren't, and we're just going to do the best we can. Do you have any kind of smart technology to log in instead?
I actually tried to log in on the website that they gave me, and it says the meeting does not exist. So
Okay.
I wasn't able to log in that way. I had to call in.
Okay, let me look and get your email pulled up, and we'll see if we can send it again and maybe have better success. Hold on just a
Okay.
moment. That's another reason I want to troubleshoot folks. You know, if we have a problem, we want to fix it. On our end, we certainly want to. And sometimes those links just don't do what they're supposed to do. Okay, and so hold on, Miss Chico. I'll let you know if we're resending.
Mm.
Grab the wrong one. We're going to resend it. And just what was the email that we used?
Hello?
Yeah, just a moment. I'm working with Miss Figa.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Okay. Miss Figa, I have It's Me Ocean, etc. Is that the right one?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You might look, I've got you marked in, so if you leave and come back in, you're still in the same place in line. Now, I say that if people all exit now and people think that they want to, just wait till it's their turn, I'm not going to be able to do that. But if you need to try to get better technology set up, I will be patient with that. Another person, and Ms. Fika, that's been sent to you. If it looks like that could work, great. If you come back in on the phone, I have you identified a phone number ending in 779, I think. So I'll keep an eye out for you either way. Okay. And then Randy Ramirez, are you here? I don't have you showing up in my as to who's on screen. Speak up if you're here. Lewis Roberts, speak up please if you're here. Kaija or Kasia or Keza Mallet, last name Mallet. Great. Speak up now.
Yes,
Garrett, oh great.
Mallet.
What's your phone? Where are you?
Kaysa Mallet.
There you are. Yes, ma'am. I remember that I saw you all along. I just didn't find your name on my screen. You're there. Gotcha.
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am. See, that's the other thing is what if I think you're not here and you are? You might wait longer than you should. Garrett Slaughter, are you here? So I still have the 512 number down below and asking them to unmute. And the last three numbers there are 294. Speak up, tell me who you are. And a phone number beginning in 469, ending in 024. Would be great if you would unmute and speak up. Let me know that you're here because I'm missing about 4. So we'll see. Here we go. We can find another way in. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Fika. That'll probably be a little easier for you, and I'm glad we were able to solve that problem too. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and begin my docket, and I'm beginning with Nestor Reyes. And let me have you unmute yourself and get on screen. Nestor Reyes, let me get your file pulled. It'll just take me a quick moment. Whew. Okay. I have 2 charges and you're 18. Mr. Reyes, are you in high school still or did you graduate?
I am in high school. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do we have your student ID? Let me ask, sorry?
I do not have my ID on my student ID. Sorry.
You don't have one?
No, ma'am.
You have one that you just don't have on you, or do you not have one?
They never really gave us one this year.
You're going to be a senior?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you can provide proof of enrollment. Right? Do we have anything in the file that would indicate? Can you give us proof of enrollment?
I am not sure.
So you're not really looking to do teen court. You just want to move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Real quick question. I'm going to ask staff a quick question. Has he had anything? Is he on time? On the red light, what's indicated to me is that you wanted a payment plan, but I was looking more for, well, teen court, if I could have proof that you're a student. You're on time, so you could still do teen court. And if you could do teen court on your speeding, or sorry, red light charge, it's a red light charge, and get your driver's license, you might be able to get both tickets dismissed for quite a significantly less amount of money. But I would need proof of school enrollment, and I'd need to know how quickly you're getting that DL. I know that you are in the process. I know you've entered pleas of no contest or guilty, but still looking for those dismissals. Do you want time to get all that collected together and come back on time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can give you till August 17th, and you'll have to reach out to the school, just get proof that you've been in school. I know school hasn't started yet, but proof that you're going to be a senior. Let me make some notes. And also, when is you're in the process of getting your license? You're in a class, right?
Yes. They gave me my permit for doing the 6-hour adult course, and
Okay.
now I'm scheduled for my behind the wheel test on August 17th.
Okay, so let's go a little bit longer for my date because it's not going to work to have you be here and be there at the same time. So I can give you a couple more days than that. That way you'll have everything in order. So give me one moment. Let me get your information pulled up. And my availability will then be, instead of August 17th, we're looking at August 19th. I can extend your case to August 19th since you are on time and you've stayed on time. And that would give you the option to save, quite frankly, several $100s. Do you want to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
You wouldn't, right? Just be on time, even if you don't have everything. It would, excuse me, it would help you to drop by the day before or the day after you leave DPS, bring us the ID or school enrollment information, bring the new license, drop it off, okay?
Got it.
And then I'll see you in the meeting the next day, okay? Now, I need your signature today on your continuance. I can email it to you if you're able to print it, sign it, and get it back to us, either by scanning it, faxing it, or taking a legible photo and emailing it to the Court Online Help email that we sent this meeting out with. Will that work, or do you need to come over?
I'd have to go over. Yes.
Okay, swing on by. When will we look for you?
When would be a good time?
In the next 30 minutes or so. On Okay, I'll note that you're coming in shortly. And there'll be a continuance for you to August 19th. Okay,
Okay.
see you then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ms. Warren, I know that you were visiting with Darian Harvey. Let me get that case pulled up. Okay. Are we proceeding to trial or do we have any kind of resolution possible?
That case is resolved, Your Honor. The defendant showed that he had the animal sterilized and rabies before the case was filed, and there was some type of mix up with the dresses.
Okay. So you're sending a dismissal over?
Yes.
Okay. We'll look for that dismissal. And I will advance that case forward. Mr. Harvey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She will probably get that to us just a little bit later this morning after report because she's going to move forward with her docket and then she'll back up and do the paperwork. That means that you should have a signed copy sometime later this morning. We can
Okay.
email you a copy to the email we set up this meeting on. Would that work for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll make a note to email to you. And that way you'll have a copy for your records, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Harvey. Thank you, Ms. Warren. Mr.
All
Harvey.
right, thank you.
Yes, sir. And now, Ms. Warren, your next person is actually Michael Martin. And Mr. Martin, I'm going to send you an invitation to that meeting. And just please remember, we're coming back in this meeting before you leave today. And then I am moving forward with my next person. And that will be Chantal Garrett, Ms. Garrett. If you'll unmute while I pull your file. And right now I just have, that's an extension on community service.
Yes, ma'am.
And I
Can you
don't,
hear me?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I have. I'm just looking real quickly. Do you have a place set up yet where you're doing the work?
CTLC, I had to get with them because I'm working more and they don't let you come and like do half. I have to come at there like at 8:30 in the morning and to
Okay,
get that together.
that'll be fine. What my question for you is, have you been able to get any hours done?
I got about 10 and I'm trying to balance work and everything with my community service. And I know you're understanding as long as people communicate with you. And I will just see if you would give me another extension.
Yes, ma'am. I'm definitely patient as long as we're getting somewhere, and you are. Your order is going to still say 81 hours because I don't have anything turned in yet.
Okay.
You're free to turn that in as you go, and we'll.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm going to do is give you a 60-day extension.
Yes, ma'am.
You're making progress. You've got the proper kind of place identified. Sounds like you've got it under control.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we'll go with September 14th as a due date, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And if you need any more of these timesheets for keeping
Yes,
track
ma'am.
of your hours, there'll be a fresh one at the front desk.
Okay.
But you can use the old one, I don't mind.
Okay.
And if you need a new one, we have copies, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll grant that extension. Thanks for staying in touch, okay, Ms. Garrett?
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. And then I'm moving along. I need to work with Trampus Smith.
I'm right here.
Excellent.
I'm right here, ma'am.
Thank you. It'd be really helpful if we can do a visual meeting.
Can you not see me or?
You're going in and out. There you are. I can see you.
Okay.
And I have your file. So we're better and better. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
These are old things from 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
I do have pleas of no contest on all 3 cases. Those were a speeding charge, an invalid license charge, and then just one charge for not coming to court. Right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
I'm showing the most recent payment application you gave us was June 23rd of 2021, and that's pretty recent. Has anything changed since?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm today with you raising your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the information you provided is true, correct, and accurate? So help you God?
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you. And then, so that information is all the same. No contest on all 3 cases. I know you're wanting to get your license back. What
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
tell you is that getting the license back for me, you know, when we have something go this long, it's not that I'm going to hold it and lord it over you, but I want to be able to close my file. And that means a 0 balance. And in your
Yes, ma'am.
case, that means we want to order community service. I see you're in Rockdale and you can do it in your neighborhood. You don't have to leave and come here, okay? But it must be a nonprofit organization where you
That's
do
the thing,
work.
ma'am. I don't have any kind of transportation to get anywhere, ma'am.
And so you don't go anywhere, you just stay at home and you
No, ma'am.
never
I
go
sit
get
on the couch
food.
right now.
You're gonna have to find a way to get to a church, a nursing home, a nonprofit. You know, you can walk to a nonprofit in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Judging from your wall behind you, you might be involved in a church, for example.
That's actually the friends I live on, but yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to be that. Any nonprofit. Do you go anywhere to get help for food?
I'm living on a couch right now, ma'am, because I'm trying to get a job.
Right.
And I got to be able to get back and forth to work to do that. That's why I trying to do indigent, because I mean I have
You are
nothing.
indigent, and what that means is that I order community service.
Yes, ma'am.
And I give you triple credit up front, but then I want it hour for hour.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
these are from 2018. So the way I see it, it took 3 years to get here, right? Or
Mhm.
4. I'm not going to hold it for 4 years, but I do need to be able to close my file before I release the license.
Yes, ma'am.
So look for a nonprofit, any nonprofit in your community. That can be
Okay.
a church, a nursing home, a library that's a public library, that can be animal services. I've seen people wash police cars. I've seen people wash fire department cars, pick up trash for a city. You just have to have a supervisor at that nonprofit certify your hours and say, yeah, they were really done. When we call and check on it, we give you a timesheet. I give you a list of places.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes.
Oh, I froze up. I lost you for a second
Yeah,
there.
you're moving around and it's going to challenge your Wi-Fi. So 67 hours due. Right now, I'm going to put September 14th, but as soon as I get the hours and verify them, I'll release your license.
Okay, ma'am.
And that's just, you know, those are the rules that I have for you.
Okay.
I will enter convictions at this time and order that you complete your fines and costs by performing 67 hours of community service. That's total, not each, okay?
Okay.
And, you know, if we did that hour for hour, if we did that, you know, with a regular rate, it would be like 134 hours. So I've got it at, you know, it's a little bit more than 20 hours per case. And that's due to lots of fees got added, you know,
Yes,
over
ma'am.
time, not coming in and whatnot. But I will recall your warrant today and give you time to get your hours turned in, and then you'll be able to do your license.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to email all of those, all of that paperwork to your email address that we have on file. That's the one we sent the meeting today to. Does that email work for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There is one piece of paper to sign, and I need it back. Can you print it and sign it and take a picture?
I would have to find a way to the library to do that, ma'am.
Okay. How did you get your paperwork to us that I had
Through the
today?
mail.
Okay.
through the mail.
Mail it to us, okay?
Okay.
That one piece can be mailed. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So your next thing is to look for your inbox for the paperwork. It should be there sometime this morning. If you don't receive it, you're going to call and check and see what's going on with it. Okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to stay on it and not, don't miss your deadline if something's up. Okay. If
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
not all turned in. If you mail back hours, keep a copy for your records and call and check and make sure we got it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Warren, I know you were working with Michael Martin, and are we moving toward trial on this case?
Your Honor, that case is resolved. Mr. Martin has agreed to take a defensive driving course.
You're allowing him to go back into that program?
I'm sorry?
Or you're allowing him to go back into the driver's safety?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Martin, are you able to pay your fees today? They are, I believe, 140. What are they, please? Let me check the record real quick. 144. Mr. Martin, you're paying those fees today?
I don't have enough money right now to pay that.
Okay. Did Ms. Warren offer you an extension?
We didn't speak about the fine.
Okay, I'll work with that. It's not a fine, it's a court cost. Hold on just a moment. Ms. Warren, I'm gonna let you move forward, however, provided I don't think you're objecting to any continuance, right?
No, Your Honor, no objections.
Okay, thank you. Rosalia Ruiz, you're next on Ms. Warren's docket. I'm gonna let you move forward with that, Ms. Warren, and I'll work with Mr. Martin. Ms. Ruiz, there you go. I see you. You should have a meeting request. You'll need to click on it in order to go over. I'm showing it's been sent to you. I can't hear you. There might be some kind of audio problem, Ms. Ruiz. I'm not able to hear you. Can't hear you.
I'm sorry, me?
No, you're not Ms. Ruiz. You're gonna just.
Oh, sorry.
Let me send her an email. You should have a request to go into.
Your Honor, I'm not sure who you sent to my room, but nobody came.
Right, she's still sitting pending.
Oh, okay.
I'm not seeing, she's not able to hear me now suddenly. She's been here all morning. And I've sent her a text message to try to see if we can figure out the problem.
Okay.
And I'm letting her know I cannot hear her. And that she needs to unmute. And while I'm waiting for that, potentially, she says she's unmuted. Probably going to recommend that she log out and log back in and I think she might have done that. I'm going to then, let me see if she's still, no, she's still considered in the meeting. She's logged out. She'll probably, here she is. She's going to come back in. Mr. Martin, can you name a date specific when you could pay the court costs of 144?
I believe by next Friday.
That's the 23rd. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now the inconvenient fact is I need your signature on a continuance I can email it to you if you can sign it and get it back to us with your signature this morning. Will that work?
Yes, I can do that. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to use the email that you used to set up this meeting. Will that work?
Yes.
Okay, great. Clerk will send that when they get a chance this morning. That'll just be here shortly. And let's see, Ms. Ruiz. There you are. If you're able to, I'm going to go ahead, Ms. Ruiz, and send that back to you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you fine.
Perfect. We got a good connection now. So here goes that meeting request, and Ms. Warren will work with you a few minutes, and we'll see where we're going at the end. Okay, so you'll come back into this meeting at the end. But click on that meeting request, and then you're good to go. Mr. Martin, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Just keep an eye out in your email, okay?
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. And then I'm working with, make sure we're staying in order here. I've already worked with Ms. Garrett, Mr. Smith, I believe. And now I'm moving to Trent Lockhart. Who was in the meeting. Trent Lockhart, are you there? You are. Hi.
Good morning.
I had a funny double take this morning, Mr. Lockhart, because I went to law school with Trent Lockhart. And then I thought, well, he wouldn't be 17.
Yeah.
Because you weren't born when I was in law school. So anyway, Mr. Lockhart, where do you go to school, sir?
Holy Trinity down on West Adams.
Great. You like that school?
I do.
Of course you're going to say yes. But I hope that's true. I just hear good things. That's why I asked. So what year are you going to be in this year?
Senior.
Excellent. And I have your plea of guilty to the charge of speeding, an accusation date of June 23. And if you paid that ticket, it's $259. But of course, we're looking at teen court, which is different. Is that your plea, the guilty plea?
I was looking for the defensive driving class.
Okay. So you've pled guilty. You've asked for defensive driving. You also asked for teen court on your form, which is frankly a better idea because it's less expensive. Okay. So let me just give you an example. If you do the driver safety course program, you pay $144. If you're qualified and you do teen court, you pay $20.
Okay.
You want to go with the $20?
Yes.
Okay. So we're doing teen court. Can you pay that $20 today?
Yes.
So the reason we do that is I want you to save your money for what we're going to do next, which is a driving course. Okay. And it can be online or it can be around town, whichever you want to do. When you do it around town, probably the convenience is you get it done very, very quickly one day. When you do it online, you're just doing it at your own pace. But I'm going to want it faster, earlier than I would it's the same thing, but I want it earlier than I would in the driving safety course option. I would want it August 17th or sooner. And the reason for that is you are really in the number one group for death and dismemberment. The sooner you do a class, the better, in my opinion. So August 17th is a due date to turn in your certificate of completion. Well, can you meet that target?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today for the fee, and that one is in cash, but that's okay because you're going to need to come by and get your paperwork anyway. Okay.
Okay.
So can you lawfully head over here in the next hour or
Yes, ma'am.
so? Okay. So coming by today with the $20 and your signature, you don't have to have a parent with you. Legally speaking in Texas, you're an adult. So we'll just go ahead and move you forward. Everything will be at the front desk, same building where you filled out your paperwork. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck senior year. And Ms. Warren, I think you were visiting with, catch my mind up, Rosalia Ruiz.
So Miss Sanchez is actually on the, she entered a plea of no contest. She was in the room. So I
I'm
think
sorry.
that was by mistake. That's okay.
I'm sorry. I must have done something. I'm sorry. I must have clicked on the wrong person. Let me find the Sanchez file. She's actually on my docket. And I apologize for that. I must have clicked the wrong person. Well, there's a first. Not to be celebrated, but there it is. Let's see. Ms. Sanchez, I'll work with you in just a quick moment, okay? Ms. Warren, did y'all negotiate or you just realized I sent the wrong person?
I realized you sent the wrong person and I let her know that you would work with her. I think she has an issue with payment.
Okay, I'll be more than glad to do that. Ms. Ruiz, my apologies. I seem to have done something unusual. There you are. Okay, I'm going to send you that invitation now. I was wondering why you were still there, and it's because you didn't get that invite. Thank you. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, people freeze on the screen. There she went. Thank you. Ms. Sanchez or Sanchez, how do you like to say it?
Sanchez?
Okay, Ms. Sanchez, great. So I've got your file. And what I'm showing, and I did review it, is that right now you don't have the ability to do payment. It's just, I'm sorry, Ms. Sanchez, let me have you unmute.
Hello?
Yes, hi. So, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just trying to multitask. I'm sorry.
Sorry?
Trying to multitask. I'm sorry. My daughter was coming in here.
Oh, I understand. Can you pause for just a moment?
Yeah.
Is it safe to?
I'm trying. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned a child, and I don't want to put anybody in harm's way. What I'm showing is you're wanting a payment plan. However, I do see the hardships and circumstances of your situation, and I'm showing that I could do community service. Now, sometimes people go, well, I don't have, childcare, and I'm seeing you have small children. Does anyone watch your child ever during the day?
No, because I moved here and it's just literally me and my 6 kids.
Okay.
Everyone's in California, so.
You're living on loans, right?
Yes.
Okay. One thing I need to check on. Are we on time? Okay. So what I could do is I can give you community service and pause. Don't say no yet. Okay. I can give you 60 days and we can kind of troubleshoot. In 60 days, if it's not all done, and I wouldn't expect that it would be, it could be, but I wouldn't expect it. We're logging back in and just kind of seeing, hey, how are things going? Are you able to set it up? Are we even having trouble getting started? And I can work with you. Community service gives me a lot more, like I'd say, width to kind of troubleshoot and work with you. Payment plans are really, really, they're all strict in terms of deadlines, but money is money. And if you're living on loans and you have 6 children, and I know you've experienced a loss, we could move more slowly with the community service prospect. And you're qualified to be in that program. So I would rather, use that program to work with you if we could. The real big thing is going to be see if you can do it. And if you can't, one thing is just to call around to the places on my list, or else If you're attending a church or a food bank, see if they're willing to let you have your kids there. Some say yes, some say no. Don't. It's not personal. And then you can report back to me. Here's what I did, and these are the problems, and I can make adjustments at that point. And we would just start with.
Signal.
Having another meeting with you to troubleshoot. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I lost signal for a few minutes.
Okay. So really, I would put a September deadline, and that would be September 14th, for you to give me progress notes, basically, and anything you've been able to do or not get done because you're meeting, hurdles. And what we would give you a timesheet to keep track of hours and a list of places and rules. Read the rules, make some calls, see if anyone's willing to let you come with kids. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. And, if you're looking for you might need help with food, you might need help with different things, you might find that sometimes you can get help and do some of the hours, and sometimes you can't. You have small and older kids, and so it may be that we're not going to be able to get it done. But what I would say is make a good faith effort. Let me know what you did in that good faith effort on your deadline or before, which is September 14th, and we'll go from there.
Okay,
Okay, we're going to email the paperwork to you, okay?
thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. Bye-bye. Okay, Mrs. Ruiz, Ms. Warren, are we heading to trial or are we heading to a resolution?
Your Honor, this case is partway resolved. Ms. Ruiz has changed her plea to no contest, but she has agreed to cure the code enforcement issues by her next hearing, which is, it looks like September 8th.
September 8th at 3.
Yes.
Okay, so yes.
We do need to appear, or she has to appear for that.
Okay, Ms. Ruiz, what that means is not that it's dismissed. It means that she's looking for compliance, and she may have some kind of break worked into that possibility, but we'll need to visit here live at the court September 8th at 3 o'clock, okay? Okay, do you have any questions?
No, no questions.
Okay, thank you for your extra patience today.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, and Ms. Warren, we've noted that into the file, and I'm moving you forward, and your next person is William Raines, and he's had a little trouble maintaining the signal. Hopefully it'll work out. Mr. Raines, can you hear me? Can you unmute? Okay. Hello. I'm going to send you to that breakout room. You'll have to accept the invitation, and before the meeting is over, you're not released until you come back in after that meeting. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Where I see the invite at?
Coming right now. It'll be on your screen.
I
There
think
it
I
is.
see it, man.
There you go. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Letitia Dunbar. Hi there.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, Ms. Dunbar?
I'm good. And you?
Fine. Looking, I know we had a payment plan, and I remember that. We've gone, I think, back to warrant. And let me look at your financial disclosure. Just give me a quick moment. Are you still, are you working with PTEC?
Yeah. I have a new position, and it's they said it's supposed to start on the 20th, so I'm just waiting for that now. So.
Within your company?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is that the agent job or is that something else?
Yeah. Yeah. It's still the same thing. Insurance agent.
Okay. So
I've just been going through a lot of ups and downs. If you could
I
say.
understand. Are you technically working right now?
No, ma'am.
So you're starting a new position in your work, but you're not working there?
Yes, ma'am.
And
They
then-
had I was in a training class before, and they, I guess because the trainer wasn't doing right, so they put all of us in another training.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're working there and you're getting paid every 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
And when does that start again?
Well, they said I start on the 20th, so 2 weeks from then, I would get like a first paycheck.
2 weeks from the 20th. So I'm showing we could look to start your payment plan option back up on August 17th.
Okay.
And how certain are you that that job is happening?
I mean, they sent, I have paperwork saying that, it's starting, if
Okay.
anything. So.
If anything changes, don't go back to warrant because you're costing yourself
Right.
a lot of money. Warrant per case is $50. Just for not dropping us an email. You're paying ahead.
Right.
So
Okay.
you don't want to do that.
Okay. Is it, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking that what we'll do is do on the 18th of August, the day after you're saying you would be paid.
Mhm.
We're gonna do $70. Are you there?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm showing that we would do $70 every 2 weeks beginning August 18th.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to need to get your signature in order to recall the warrant. Can I get that signature today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll email you everything if that would work best. I see you're out of town.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll email it to you. You've got to print it, sign it, send it back to the clerk, and you're going to be, as I said, on your honor, which I expect would be no problem. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
No.
Don't forget about it. Okay.
I won't. Thank you.
Thank you. Dalton Heathman, if you'll unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me look at your file, Ms. Warren. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Okay.
Just started another person. You had a deferred disposition with the court, and let me just do a quick check-in with the clerk on that Heathman case. Have any of the payments been made? It looks like no, but I just wanted to double check. Since there were two. Well, he's on a deferred on the case ending 147. It's the speeding. Fault on right now, and I want to try to address it with you. And I'm going to give you a moment to think about this question because I'm going to talk to Ms. Warren. And I'm showing my internet connection is unstable. Hold on just a moment. Can you hear me, Mr. Heathman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm trying to find out, when we can make those payments up. And I have a class due coming up as well. And I just want to make sure we're going to hit that target. So I'm going to let you think for a moment because I'm going to work with Ms. Warren quickly with Mr. Raines. And Ms. Warren, were you able to visit with Mr. Raines?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Raines has changed his plea to no contest.
Yes.
I have offered him a 120-day deferral to keep that off his record. And also a anger management class due in 60 days. And Mr. Raines is 17, so he does have an issue with payment, and he has other issues that he may need to discuss with the court.
Yes, thank you. We've worked with Mr. Raines before, so we'll pick up where we were last time, Mr. Raines. Hang on just a moment. Ms. Warren, I'm going to advance you forward to talk to Brian Katz. And Mr. Katz, I'm sending you that invitation now. Mr. Raines, the last time we visited, and I have the coordinator here in the courtroom, Ms. Gonzalez, you might recall her. Give me just a moment. I want to just check in with her. You remember Mr. Raines? Yeah. He had teen court before, and I can't remember. I think we had to do a bit to stretch that. And Mr. Raines, are you still in school? Sorry, just unmute, okay? Okay, no. And go ahead and unmute yourself, okay?
No, no, ma'am, I'm not in school. I haven't been able to read, write, or do anything that I used to be able to do.
How long is that going to be the case?
Probably, I get my stitches out on Thursday. I have severe brain damage, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can try. I was thinking about whenever I get my stitches out, is go look for a job, so that way I can help pay for my own fines, because I have to pay for my bond as well, ma'am.
Yes.
So, I don't know how you would want to work that out, but I was gonna plead not guilty, but I plead no contest now. And
are your injuries a result of this case or another case that is pending?
it's not any case pending with me. I had nothing to do with it. I got attacked I got beat with a gun for like 2 minutes straight. Like on the top of my head, I got holes and stuff, but these ones is the worst.
So, probation you mentioned, right?
I was on probation.
Okay, what for?
I was on probation for possession of 2 firearms.
That was happening the last time we were
Yes,
visiting,
ma'am.
as I recall. Yeah. Yeah. I think you did a tobacco class for us with probation, is my memory.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Are you still attending probation? Are you still working with them?
No, ma'am. They dropped my case probably about 3 months ago.
Okay. All right. I don't like to double people down, but especially if they're struggling with, transportation and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. How would you afford the anger management class?
How much is it, ma'am?
Let me look and see. What would be it looks like you're living at home.
Yes, ma'am. This is my house. This is my grandmother's house.
Yes, you still live with your grandmother. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I'm running down prices. Is Court Solutions?
I'm not considered a teen anymore, am I?
Not for teen court, because it's not the age, it's because you'd have to be enrolled in school.
No.
Are you homeschooling or anything?
I was getting my GED, but this last week I haven't been able to.
Are you heading back into the GED program?
If I do, would it make things better?
Yeah, it would help a lot.
Okay.
Hold on just a moment.
Yeah, then I will enroll back into the GED program.
You will?
Yes, ma'am.
I would change you to teen court if you do that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do a delay on your case. When were you last seen by a doctor or any kind of physician?
This just happened probably about 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So I have to go see another doctor. I have to get my hand rebroken on Thursday. They gotta break these two fingers and my bone right here.
Okay.
And then on Friday I have a meeting with my attorney.
Who's your attorney?
It's Mrs. Tyrocky, the company. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have an idea. If I can get your signature today, can I email you something? You can sign it and email it back to us?
On the computer?
Yes.
If that'll work, yes, ma'am.
Right. I'm gonna give you 2 weeks. Okay, go get your stitches and everything removed. See a physician. Make sure your lawyer is or isn't representing you at this time. We've got low cost anger management classes, and you go get enrolled in the GED program. Re-enroll yourself, and we'll visit about this deferred. I might be able to do teen court. You're still qualified for it. Your plea has changed to no contest. It'll look the same as a deferred, but it'll be less expensive. I'll hold that option open to you since the state has no objection to that process. Ms. Warren, if it is able to be switched to teen court and we can get him to re-enroll in school, he would still do the anger management class. Would you have any objection to that option?
No objection, Your Honor. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, he's not entirely well today, and I just have concerns about proceeding, but we're going to put a short time frame on it, and we'll see you in on July 27th, okay, as an extension. So, Mr. Raines, I'm going to ask you to sign for that extension today. We'll email that to you here shortly. You sign off on it, and then we'll visit again on the case in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yeah. When I sign it on the computer, do I just use the mouse and keyboard?
Can you print something?
Hey, mama. Hold up, ma'am. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right back.
Okay.
Mom, can we print something? Can we print something? You what? Print something? I have to go down to the missing cord and get. Yeah, we want to print. No, man, we don't have a printer, but if y'all print it out, I can have my grandmother run me up to the municipal court right now. That's what you need.
If that's okay, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you up here shortly.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Is that it?
For today it is, but we'll see you on the 27th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And Ms. Warren, Mr. Dalton, I haven't forgotten about you. Mr. Heathman, sorry. I haven't forgotten about you, but Ms. Warren on Katz.
So Mr. Katz does want to proceed to trial, and I told him he needed to hang up and come back into the meeting. He's uncomfortable doing that. So you may have to hang him up. I'm not sure.
I'm not able to hang him up, but he did just hang up. So I will visit with him when he comes back in.
Okay.
No problem. And I'm going to move you forward. And I think your next person, yes, is, and I'm going to say this wrong, Kasia Mallet or Mallier.
You got it. It's Kasia Mallet.
Okay, Kasia Mallet. I will send you an invitation to the breakout room. And let's see. There you go. Just accept that invitation. And if Katz comes back in, I'll work accordingly. But Mr. Heathman, have you been able to think about what we might do?
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering if I'm able to pay it off completely, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that.
Okay, I think that's the 23rd. Let me double check. I don't have a problem with extending you.
Okay.
This Friday is the 16th and next Friday is the 23rd.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
doing it all at one time.
Yes, ma'am. And how much was it again?
It's 254.
254. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to modify your order and then email a copy to you.
Okay.
And if we have, then we have your, just don't forget you have a course due September 24th.
And that was my driver's license, my Texas driver's license, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. That is correct. It's not a course at all. It's your driver's license. I see that. Okay, I think that does resolve, let's see, that resolves the speeding. The prosecutor. Okay, what's its next deadline? I understand, but is she not given a deadline? How do we know where those are? Right? When was it sent? Let's check in with her about that later today. The state is still reviewing the license charge. Okay.
Okay.
And you should, definitely don't let that go. I would
Yeah.
say give it one more week, but we will reach out to Ms. Warren and see, what's going on with that. She normally is pretty fast to get back to us. So I would imagine a decision on that very, very soon. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll email that new order. It's just going to show that new due date on it, okay?
Okay. I was wondering, what email do you have on record for me?
The one we sent the meeting request today to is the email we are using.
Okay. All right.
If that changes, let us know.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And then I am moving forward with Justin Kenner. Kenner, I'm getting your file. If you will just do me the favor of unmuting. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
Thank you. I'm well. Give me just 1 second because I believe, no, I don't need to worry about that one. Ms. Fika's got her sound coming in. We're all good. So, Mr. Kenner, let me just look at your situation and make sure I understand everything. Okay, so community service, I granted that October 1st, and then we had 69 hours due by December 10th. And I gave an extension for April to turn everything in by June 14th. And we just have a number of cases and a couple of extensions. So I guess my question is, let's see, hold on. This got printed. Is it something I'm needing to do something with today? We did give you credit for the things that you turned in. And are you still at Godly Impressions?
Yes.
You filled out and then I've got this at the back. I'm a little confused. That's an Omni fee? Oh, because that one. Right. Okay, well, I mean, it's not a problem. We can release that one. That's just, I've got a little cleanup to do on your file because you've done the hours technically on one of those cases with the hold, but there are still several holds. And so I'll release one of them, but the rest we still need. We got your 29 hours turned in.
Okay.
Now we are left with.
Was like 4.
Sorry, there's just a lot here because, well, we had a lot of things we wanted that we addressed all at once. So it's all good. The balance right now is down to 1655.94. Originally, all of these cases were on that original. Okay, we had 69 hours. He turned in 29. So we're going to go with the magic number. And okay, so I'm going to grant an extension on your community service. That is your request today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's 40 hours, and our new due date is September 14th.
Okay.
I'm glad you logged in because your case is somewhat complicated. And it's really better when it gets like that, just to really check in like you did today. Okay. And let me just, we're going to email the new timesheet for you.
Okay.
And that way everything will all be on the same page. And if you have any questions, let us know. Where you went last time worked, so if that still works, great. If you want to find a new place, you can. Just make sure that it's a nonprofit and that the person signing off for you is authorized to do so. And that way you won't run into any problems, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions, Mr. Kenneth?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you. You hang in there and keep going, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And Ms. Warren, you and Ms. Katz, I'm sorry, you and Ms. Mallett were visiting, and she's back in the room as well. Are you moving into trial or towards a resolution?
Your Honor, we did resolve that case. Ms. Mallett did change her plea to no contest, and I offered a deferred. She did express issues with paying the full amount of the fine, so I let her know that you would consider her income.
I will if she will submit it. She didn't submit it before this meeting, so I'll work with her.
I sent the documents that were sent in the email to the
Yeah, they weren't completed, ma'am. Hold on just a moment and I'll work with you. Just
okay.
Wait a moment. Let me see and Ms. Warren, I'm going to move you forward. And it may be that you're done. I think so. Let me just do going once, going twice, because I have, let's see, 779. I do not see the people that were not on that docket. That were on that docket that were not here at the beginning either. Randy Ramirez, Lewis Roberts, Garrett Slaughter. Okay, those cases will proceed as a no-show. Ms. Warren, you're good to go. I had one question for you, and you don't have to answer it now. It's just in your review box, and it was the gentleman Heathman, and he has a driving license invalid charge. I know you're looking at it, and the clerk will reach out to you later to see if I need to advance him onto the docket or not. So,
okay.
Hope you have a great day.
Okay, you too, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you for your time today.
All righty, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, Ms. Mallett, let me see what we have here. So what I have is it's not completed. Did we just not get anything?
I'm not sure. I completed all of the forms to the
Well,
T.
you have to complete it and give it to us. And I don't have it, so I can't rule on it.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Yeah, I got disconnected. I was in the court hearing and
Yes.
I got disconnected. I've been trying to call a couple of times. Now
What's your name, sir? What is your name?
Randy Ramirez.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, I called that name at 9 and I called it at 10:30. So I'm actually gonna have to reschedule you.
I have to reschedule, but I was in the meeting. I was right there. I was listening to
You may have been in
everything.
the meeting. Listen, you can argue if you want to, but I'm not gonna argue with you. So you're gonna argue alone. I called that name at 9. I called it again, and then I called it just a moment ago as well. And you may have been in the meeting, but if you don't speak up, if I can't hear you, and I have you as someone I was asking to identify, we're going to reschedule you. If you don't want to do that, then the solution is you can come to court on your court date, your next court date. If you don't want to, that's just a scheduled trial. September 8th at 3, you'll need to be in the building. If you want to reschedule and listen, because if you don't listen, you will not hear. Okay? And I'm still speaking, so I know that you're not listening. I'm going to say it one more time. You're scheduled to be in court. We already did this in writing. We already gave you this. September 8th at 3 is your next court date. Okay? And if you don't want to meet with the prosecutor, if you just want to schedule your trial, we'll definitely see you September 8th at 3 or a warrant gets issued. If you want to reschedule this meeting where you try to negotiate your case and get some kind of deal, you can call the court clerk and ask what you need to do to reschedule. I'll put a note that you're allowed to reschedule this. We certainly will allow it. But as far as forcing her back in the room when she's been waiting for an hour and 35 minutes, no, not today. Either or, but we will definitely have to see you September 8th at 3 unless the case is resolved before then. Good luck to you, sir. Just one moment. So, Ms. Nowlet, the email that we used to set you up today, does that work, that email?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm going to email you the forms that I need and let you fill them out while I work with other people. And then I need you to email them back filled out.
Okay. I don't have access to a printer, but I can try and run to the hotel that's next door and print them out.
Okay, I'm going to reschedule your case. We'll email it to you and that'll give you time to sort it out.
Or I can do it on the computer if that'll work.
You'll have to print them. They aren't forms that you can fill that way. We can send them to you right now, but yeah, but she's going to have trouble. I'm going to reschedule you for 2 weeks. I can't work with you on information that I don't have.
So I can print it out right now and then send it before the meeting is over.
If you can do that before the meeting is over and you stay online, I can try to work with you. I'll certainly be willing to do that. We're emailing them to you right now.
Okay, thank you.
They have been sent. And if we can get it done today, that's definitely my preference. But if not, at the end of the meeting, I'll reschedule you to July 27th. But I'll work with other people and then bring you back on to work, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I'm now going to move forward. And my next person is Patrick Lucero. If you'll unmute while I pull your file, Mr. Lucero.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
One moment. There's that one. And I'm sorry with these items. He just left. Back on. Mr. Lucero, there you are. Good morning.
Morning.
There's a failure to control speed charge. That usually means not speeding, but losing control of the vehicle often. And then there's an address change case. Give me one moment to check on one quick thing.
Okay.
On the address change charge, is he on time? So, Mr. Lucero,
Yes.
is that somebody's music? Or?
Yeah, it's let me see what sorry.
Okay.
Somebody's phone. I don't know who's in here.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It stopped. No, don't worry. So I do have your pleas on both charges of no contest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't show income. Are you working at this time?
No.
Okay. Where are you right now?
I'm at my girlfriend's house.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
I can order community service.
I try to go, but my ankles, they're swelled up. Like I can't stand on my feet longer than like probably maybe an hour or so.
What's the condition?
They said first time I went, they said I had heart failure, and the second time I went, they said I had some kind of skin or bacterial infection. Because my ankles keep my legs swells up real bad, and I can't like really wear my shoes. But I was making another appointment to go back to the doctors again to see what's wrong with my ankles and my feet. I don't know if I have diabetes or if I have they're still running like check me out with more tests.
Okay. So what I can do is I can go ahead and order community service, which would be 22 hours, but I'm going to give it, when are you going back to see a physician?
The doctor? Yeah, sometime this week. If not, yeah, this week.
So I can either give you more time if it's something that's going to be resolved, or if your doctor says it's not going to be resolved and you can't do the community service, have him or her put that into writing, just a quick note, and I can take that into consideration and make a further order. Okay. So right now, what the tool I have without that in writing yet is August 17th, 22 hours. But I'm going to make a note here or a doctor's note. And the doctor's note can either tell me to give you more time or tell me that you can't do it. And if you can't do it, then I'll need to waive it. Okay. So go ahead and see that physician. And your due date is August 17th. If you get a note before then, just bring it by the court or email it in. Call and make sure we
Okay.
got it if you email it. You'll know we got it if you bring it in, but,
Yeah.
you know, get a note to me and let me try to work with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hope you get better.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so moving forward, Ms. Fika, it is finally your turn.
Hi.
I know you've been logging in and out all different sorts of ways, trying to stay connected. I appreciate it. But I can hear you, I can see you, right?
Okay, good. Yes.
Great. So there's a failure to control speed issue. And I have your request for a payment plan, but I don't have a plea. Let me just see if I need one. Looks like I
Oh, and I'm
just,
sorry. I tried to cross out the payment plan to do community service just
doesn't matter.
because. Oh, okay.
I'll review it for all of those things. But
Thank you.
okay, so first I need to find out, how are you pleading to the charge?
No contest.
Okay, and you work for a favor? As a-
I favor, but I also am a waitress at Bill's Grill. Favor is just my main income right now.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's kind of like DoorDash, but you can do like grocery deliveries for people. If you know what Postmates is, it's kind of like that.
Things people need done.
Hmm.
Okay, and I have your income from favor
Hmm.
as 300 a week. With bills, what do you what happens there, like income wise?
Bill's Grill, that's a restaurant, and I make $2.50 an hour, Chris. But I get tips, so I would say the minimum I make on any shift would be about $50.
How often do you do that?
4 days a week, 5 days a week.
I'm not showing that I can order community service. I could do a payment plan. I also show you on time. So I first want to ask, you're not a CDL holder, correct?
No, ma'am.
And have you been to a driver safety course in the last year for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed?
No.
Do you want to do a driver safety course to keep this off your
Yes, please.
record? To do that, we would pay the court costs, which are
I'm sorry, how much was the court cost?
Hold on just a moment. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have a Florida license.
Yes.
I need a Texas license.
Oh, okay.
Are you living in Texas?
I just moved to Texas, so I'm in the
Yeah.
process of staying in Texas.
When did you move to Texas?
Right after the new year, like after January.
You had to change your license within about a month. So,
I'm
well,
sorry, could you say that again?
so you had a month to relocate. I mean, not to relocate. You had a month to change your license.
A month to change my license? Like to a Texas license?
Texas law says that when you move to Texas with the intent to stay, you have 30 days to change your address and get a Texas license.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not like at a permanent address right now. I'm staying with a friend.
Doesn't matter. The address on your license, do you live at that address?
No, that's just my mailing address.
Right. That we don't really recognize that.
Okay.
So wherever you are, you need to come up with a permanent address and change it.
Okay.
I could give you some time if you wanted, a little bit of time to get a Texas license.
Yeah, that would be great. I just have a little bit of difficulty because I grew up in foster care in Florida. So when I turned 18, I have an issue. I don't have my social or birth certificate or anything like that, but I am in the process of getting it.
I can totally work with you if you will stay in touch.
Okay.
You're on time, so you're like the perfect person to work with. Okay.
Okay.
So if I give you 30 days and we check in, that
Yes,
would
ma'am.
be where we would be. And what I'm hoping, like the best case scenario is you've got a Texas license, you've got car insurance, and you've got $144.
Yep, that should be good.
If I get those 3 things by your deadline, which is going to be August 17th, let's put a note, then you could literally just come by the court the day before and sign up at the window. If you need to talk to me because it's not ready, then you can log in on the 14th.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to hold it, but it's a better option because if you do the course and you get, your course turned in and your brand new Texas driving record turned in, then you get a dismissal and you save a little over $100, $120.
Okay, that'd be great.
So spend that money to get what you need to do to, get permanently here and have all the records be correct. You actually can get a ticket for not changing your license over. So,
I'm sorry.
it's like also in your best interest to get that done too. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I just need a signature today that says that you're agreeing to be responsible for the citation and appear on August 14th on this same meeting, unless you've already taken steps to sign up for driver safety.
Okay. I can come by in like 10, 15 minutes. I'm up the road.
Actually, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Working next with Darian Harvey. Worked with him. Do we have a? Yes, but his cases were being dismissed. Mr. Harvey, are you still there? I thought you had removed yourself. Do we have those from her yet? Mr. Harvey, I don't know if it's a glitch, but if you're still there, we're emailing you those dismissals shortly this morning. And you're welcome to call and check on that if you don't receive them this morning. But I see them in our file and I'm signing those now and we'll be emailing those to you. Thank you. And Ms. Fika had her phone logged in, 779. And that leaves Ms. Harris, who has not been forgotten. Let me pull your file, Ms. Harris. And I know you're actually Ms. Farmer, Misty Harris, but it says Misty Harris at the bottom. And I recall your name actually, so I know that we are just going to visit. Give me just a quick moment to review everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me get your file pulled up. Hold on. There's Darian. I'm just getting my system pulled up. Hold on just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
She was coming by. I'm sorry. I had to pull everything back up. Because I have a couple of questions.
If you're talking to me, I can't hear you.
No, I'm muttering to the clerk. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just a moment. With your case, what I'm doing, just so you know, is just reviewing and seeing, making sure I understand what I'm needing to do. I'm a little turned around on it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Driver safety isn't due till September 28th. So we're not here about that one. And then there we go. Okay, eligible. Let me see if you're qualified for any kind of dismissal. Ms. Farmer, give me just a moment.
Okay.
She hasn't had any. Is she on time for this citation? Okay. So I show that I'm showing your license was eligible when you came in and set the meeting. And
Yeah.
you're moving forward with your driver safety option on your other charge. Yeah, just a moment, please. We'll be right with you. And so, Ms. Farmer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You are not in an accident with this at any time involving this case, right?
No, ma'am.
I am able to sign a prosecutor dismissal. She authorizes that if you meet certain criteria. We will send you a copy in the email of the dismissal today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that case is being dismissed. Your course and your record on your driving safety course option for your speeding charge is due September, I believe, 28.
28.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Now, Mr. Harvey, Revel 4, you're Mr. Harvey. Was that case being dismissed? Yeah. Mr. Harvey, Revel 4. Yeah, I look like people. So, Revel 4, if I could confirm that you are who I think you are. And there we go. Could you unmute? Gentleman labeled Revel 4. I can tell on your end we're not very well connected, but I'd like to hear you. And we're sure of that one. Yeah. Revel 4. I can't hear you. Can you unmute? What is your name, please? Revel 4. I'm well. What is your name, please? Phone number ending 779. I'm asking you to tell me who you are. 779. Who are you, please? I need a bigger recycling can. Ms. Mallet, are you there? 779, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. Do we have your documents? Have you emailed them
Yes,
back?
ma'am. I just completed them. I'm scanning them on my phone right now so I can email them back to you.
That will work.
Thank you.
I'll hold for a moment. Phone number 779. I'm going to send. Oh, there you are. What is your
Yes,
name?
I have. My name is Kotz. I was on earlier. You told me to call
Yes.
back, adjust
Yes.
back. What
Yes.
address do you want me to call back?
This is fine.
Okay.
Okay. I thought you were gone for permanently, so now let me just pull your file back up. Hold on, Mr. Katz. I think it was just a reminder.
Okay. What is my next step?
Hold on a moment.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, your
Okay.
final pretrial is October 6th at 1. Is that right?
October 6th at 1, and that is in Temple.
Yes, at the court here at the Temple Municipal Court. Do you know where we're located?
Repeat that, please.
Temple Municipal Court,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
401 North 3rd.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I've sent a note to Rebel 4 asking for name because I can't hear you. Yeah, there's a lot of connection problem, and whoever that is probably will call the clerk at some point. Let's see who that winds up being. Do we have anything in email from Ms. Mallet? Ms. Mallet, we're checking to see if that's
Yes,
native.
ma'am. I just pressed send.
Okay, we'll check.
Okay.
It may take a couple minutes. Just hang in there. Revel 4, I've sent messages. I'm not able to see you or hear you. And I'm not getting any text reply from you. If I could at least identify who you are, that would help. Hi, gentleman with the glasses. Could you unmute and tell me your name?
Lewis Roberts.
Okay. Mr. Roberts,
Yes, ma'am.
let me look at your file. Hold on just a moment, okay? We're just having a lot of trouble connecting meetings.
Technical.
Because he was identified as Mr. He went to Warren. And he just hasn't been able to today. So, Mr. Roberts,
Yes, ma'am.
where are you located?
On 1718 East Barton Avenue.
Okay.
Just recently moved there.
Okay. I'm going to need to reschedule you. I'm sorry. What's happened is that I couldn't connect you, and then the prosecutor is gone now. I'm going to review it. I got your note. I've been trying to see if she's willing to offer some kind of deal for you on that case with the license.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want her to have an opportunity to weigh in on that before we try to go to a trial. So I'm going to.
Wanted to ask.
Yes.
Okay, I had driver's license at the time. I left them at the pawn shop. And
I got
when
your
I got
note.
pulled over.
Yes, I
Okay,
got your note.
How do I get valid driver's license and I can't get
You're cutting out where I can't hear you. I'm going to reschedule you, and you're scheduled actually to come in. We're going to see you September 8th at 3. Okay, I just think that's better than trying to do this. And that way we'll be face to face and not have to worry about the technology. Okay. Okay. I hope you got that. Okay. We'll see you September 8th at 3.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let Ms. Warren know. She's going to need to meet with him. That there are notes in the file. I don't know if he's provided a DL. I think he may. But there's just not a way this technology allow us to do it this way. I don't want to reschedule him for that. He struggled the entire time. I'll make some notes for you. Ms. Katz, I'm sorry, Ms. Mallett. Finally, I have everything. Give me a moment to review it.
Okay.
Okay, give me just a quick moment. Okay, I see you changed your plea on the form. Thank you. You're working for Geico?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Are you the only income to your home?
Yes, ma'am. I live alone.
No problem. Just verifying. Does anyone help you?
No, ma'am, I'm my only source of income. The credit cards help.
Right, temporarily at least. What I'm going to tell you is that you're qualified for me to order community service instead of payment. I did get your payment request. However, I think that that's more challenge than I want to put on you. You know, all things being what you disclosed to me, community service is the way for us to go. And I can do that within your deferred. I believe the state had recommended a deferred. And
Yes.
so what a condition of your deferred would be to satisfy your fines and costs. And those are 509 on that charge, just due to warrants and things. And therefore 26 hours.
Okay.
Any nonprofit, yes, you can do it in Fort Worth. 25 hours being due September 14th. And you are young enough that in order for me to do a deferred, I have to require a driver safety course in 60 days, due the same date.
Okay. September 14th?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you're gonna go back to the drawing board. I've got to get your signature on this document today and get it back from you. You'll have a little bit longer. I'd like to get it before 4 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
I need it today, and kind of do like you did today, email it and then call and make sure we received it. Okay.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'll email it probably within the next 20 to 30 minutes. And then it may be sooner. It's 120-day deferred, at the end of which time I will dismiss your charge, provided you've not received any more tickets here, and also that I have your course and your community service both by September 14th, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions about what we're doing next?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Mellon. Thank you for jumping through those hoops so fast.
Yes.
I know now you're going to go back and do it again with the new form, but it's not as rushed, just today, okay?
Okay. Do I need one of the forms for the community service for them to log?
Right. We're going to email everything to you. It will be directions for how to find a provider that will be okay with the court. It's got to be a nonprofit.
Mhm.
I do require hour for hour, not 3 for 1, because I already gave you 3 for 1.
Okay.
And that you sign just saying you understand there's no coverage if you're injured.
Okay.
And then
Thank
that signature and the signature on the deferred order itself.
Okay.
And that's all I need back from you today.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you. You too, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Seeing no further